They are ready, so as soon as we get the thumbs up from production guys, we will get into game number 2, Socke versus Tarson. You know what, in spite of the fact that ultimately that game didn't go his way, I thought Tarson played pretty well there. I love the way he just kept that steady pressure on Socke. He transitioned very well. He was just never really able to land that killing blow. You know, Socke just kind of stuck around, and then eventually he got so big that Tarson couldn't deal with his later game army.
100% agree with you. Meanwhile, oops, someone is joining in the game who shouldn't be here. He's a good player though. Crowler that is, Polish Protoss player. So nice that he's perhaps following the tournament as well, and I even tries to get a first round seat, but that's not going to happen, man. Only us can sit front row. Still no thumbs up from the production. So yeah, for second map, Tal'Darim Alta. I really think perhaps we're going to see a kind of similar game, but I hope to see a different transition from Tarson. Actually, everyone seems to be ready, so I'm going to ask the players one more time. Go, 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 go. Just in case, because sometimes players, they do manage to, like if they say go, but then they're not really ready, now the players are ready, so I can start this game off. But yeah, what I do a lot as well, when I was playing tournaments, then people are like, I'm like go, 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 but then meanwhile, like it takes like 30 seconds, so all tap, and you check your Facebook a bit, and then you come back, and there's like a zealot in your base.
Your units just idle, sitting around your Nexus or your command center. Oh my gosh.
Getting 6 food, like, oh my god, yeah, Rotti, you said go, yeah. Alright guys, so we'll be right back. Second map, Tal'Darim Alta, Socke against Tarson.
Alright guys, once again we are back. 2011 European Bnet Invitational, game number 2 between Tarson and Socke. We've got Tarson, the red Terran player, spawning up here in the top left hand corner of the screen, and his opponent Socke spawning over here in the top right hand corner of the screen. You know, I've seen some really epic TVPs on Tal'Darim Alta. The one that really stands out most in my mind is MC versus Thorzane from the TSL.
I remember watching that.
That was incredible. Of course, MC eventually winning, but Thorzane just using some sick use of Cloaked Ghost to nail some clutch EMPs and just making a really great game of it.
That game was starting to get silly after a certain moment, though, when there were like 12 Immortals rolling over the map.
Oh my god, it was ridiculous.
I won't forget that game either. That was indeed an excellent game, and I really wonder if Socke is going for that Nexus first once again. He's putting his rally point now at a normal position, so I think he's going to follow it up with a gateway. But yeah, actually this map I would say is a little bit more common for Nexus first than Backwater Gulch, but he's not going for it this time.
Oh, he went for that gamble in the last game, so of course there's always that sneaking chance that Tarson might be like, alright, I'm not going to let you get away with that again.
5 racks.
Yeah, he planned something. You know, like you said in the last game, I feel like he should throw down 4 racks and go for it, but yeah, that wasn't what he ended up doing. He tried to macro alongside it, and he came really, really close.
Perhaps he had a little bit too many SCVs for that, which you could have said, but you can always bring the SCVs along. I mean, they're great meat shield against the Zealots.
No, that's really true, yeah. SCVs, well, anytime you get a unit in there that just makes the rest of your army, like that, like takes the pressure off the rest of your army, it makes it so much more effective. It's like, you know, roaches are good. Roaches with speedlings are great.
That's definitely true. The wall of already being completed right now. A little skirmish going down between this probe and the SCV, but of course nothing funky. Tarson will finish this supply depot with the second SCV. He's going to perhaps repair. Nope, he's going to scout Tarson. Socke right now.
Yes, sir, and Socke just going 1 gate, 1 gas thus far. I kind of expect him to expand here shortly. Yeah. No gas yet for Tarson, so he's planning to play this game. You know what, we keep saying it. Tarson does the same thing every game, but it looks like once again he's liking this gas as fast expand.
Yeah, but on Tal'Darim I can completely understand it though. It's a very, very common strategy on this map. I face it almost all the time on ladder. A lot of Europeans there do it, and I'm not surprised that Tarson follows up as well. Some people still prefer the one Rex into Tech Lab, like let's say you get 2 Marauders and then you bring 2 SCVs to do some original poking, and meanwhile you still put up that really fast command center. But I think this is a very safe strategy. You will see Tarson putting up that bunker relatively quick as well, just in case that first Stalker is going to get chrono boosted out, which actually is what happens. So Tarson should really build that bunker anytime soon though, otherwise that one Stalker can do an insane amount of damage.
Yeah, it's really crazy how much a Stalker can do when there's no concussive shells out on the map or no bunker, as you said. So just a little bit of a scout coming in here to Tarson's base. He's going to see the command center going down. He's going to see the 3 Marines.
I'm really worried.
That's really all he's going to. Surely Socke is going to start a bunker here soon. Or I'm sorry, Tarson. Yeah, he's got an SCV coming out. Yeah, there's going to be a bunker going up.
I'm still a little bit late though, but even though there are so many Marines, that those Marines will be able to protect the bunker. Where is the bunker going to be? Actually, I'm not sure what.
I'm confused too, man. So this Stalker is halfway across the map. The And now the SCV is going to see surely he'll start building a bunker now, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit strange. I mean, right now it won't matter that much since there's only one Stalker over here for Socke. But imagine you face a Protoss which likes to do 11 gate and chrono boost out the first 2 Stalkers. Now right now you're going to have 2 Stalkers against 5 Marines. You're going to lose so many Marines, it's not even funny. And you're going to potentially even lose this SOV. Your expand is going to get delayed, and meanwhile Protoss can expand so easily. So Tarson really took a big risk here, which is very unnecessary for not building that bunker.
Look at this, man. Zocke's up to shenanigans. Do you see this? Look up in the top right of his base. 5 gateway.
Ooh.
What in what world do you need 5 gateways?
Well, why I always say, why would you make 4 if you're gonna have 5?
So this is, I mean, that basically says that he's not going to be making many sentries, right? He's going to be going like Zealot Stalker, or is it going to be Zealot Sentry and no Stalkers?
I do think he will get like 2 or 3 sentries, 1 Guardian Shield and 2 or 3 Force Fields. He already has 2 sentries on the map.
So the SCV scouts that the command center is not there. That doesn't necessarily mean, though, that it's not in the base.
That means something funky, though.
Tarson catches it like he's immediately throwing down bunkers. He's such a smart player.
Yep, of course, that is what he's supposed to do. I guess he might be a little bit worried about DTs as well, but on the other hand, why would a Protoss make 2 sentries if he's going DTs?
Wow, even throwing down the 3rd bunker.
Yeah, but still, sentries are so effective against this. It's not even funny. Even though a 1-base Protoss is not mining that much, you can't, of course, support a 5-gate for all too long. He's on 26 probes, so it's not perfect, but it's pretty close to perfect. And we're going to see a lot of force. We're going to need a lot of sentries. Tarson needs more than these 3 bunkers. I'm not even kidding. That might seem like I'm exaggerating. I really think 4 or 5 bunkers is going to cut it. I think 3 bunkers actually is pretty risky.
Wow! I would have thought the 3 bunkers would keep him pretty safe here, but you, of course, are the Protoss, the resident Protoss expert.
Yeah, and I'm an experienced cheeser, man. I know my cheese. You can ask the European players.
Look at all the sentries that are out here for Zocke. He's got 8 sentries, some of them with full energy. Extra pylons going down, morphing in so many units. This is going to be such a scary little push here.
Now the engineering bay goes up as well, so I guess that's why he perhaps is slightly worried about DTs after all. Wants to get that 1 missile turret up, and now we're going to see is 3 bunkers enough. I really don't think.
This is so scary.
I'm really not sure. Guardian Shield activated straight away. Here come the Zealots. Perfect force fields, no repair. And will anything be able to get repaired?
Oh, the army of Zocke is actually a little bit spread out. That top bunker is getting repaired. So much stuff is dying here, though. Guardian Shield being so good. More good force fields going down. That last bunker, though, is being chain repaired, but it does eventually fall. And now Socke is going to be able to warp in on the high ground. He's got more Zealots coming up, but SCV's coming off the line, and Tarson's looking like maybe he can hold. This next warp in is really going to be the deciding factor.
Concussive shells helping out so much, but yes, Socke already wiped it, so I guess he won't have that much. So Tarson is doing an excellent job. But do you see how close this is? Imagine this with 1 more bunker. It would have been a completely different story. Nevertheless, 2 more force fields go down. We have sentries only, but sentries, of course, not really the greatest DPS dealers in history. I think Tarson might be able to hold this.
I feel like you're right. He's lost quite a few SCVs here. Oh no, that bunker does not complete. This is just one of those games where Zocke is dealing damage, but is he dealing enough damage? Yeah. More SCVs kind of going to go down here. Now the sentries are all getting caught by those Marauders with the concussive shell. If that bunker completes, Tarson's absolutely going to be safe, and it does finish. So now units are going to pile into that bunker, and I feel like with that, Tarson should be able to turn this attack around.
2 more sentries being wiped in. Nice
catches the Marauders!
But is it going to be enough? He managed to kill 1 Marauder, the other one barely escaped. We have a Hellion right now, and as funny as it sounds, that Hellion is going to be super effective against all of these light armored units. Excellent job right there by Tarson.
Yeah, really smart, quite clever. So that Hellion is just going to be splashing on the Zealots and on the sentries, and oh no, Hellion started to take a lot of damage. This aggression is just relentless. Zocke has cut all probes, and he's just 100% committed to this. I feel like though Tarson's stabilizing.
Yeah, his DPS is going to be dwindling right now. We see 4 sentries left, barely any energy. Sure, he will be able to kill a couple of units. He's going to be able to warp in more, but I don't see the point coming anymore. Where Socke is going to be like, all right. Right now I'm really going to go for it. I'm going to kill this bunker even though it gets repaired. He's not having any sentry, I mean not any energy. I don't really see Guardian Shield being ready anytime soon. I think this is starting to look really grim for the German Protoss.
Man, the thing that impresses me about Tarson is just that he produces SCVs constantly. Yeah. He lost so many, and already he's kind of re-established his worker lead. And the bio units continuing to stream out for Tarson. The last of Zocke's attacking units are getting cleaned up. He's got 1. Oh, and he GG's as soon as that last sentry dies. Tarson holds beautifully. Excellent defense there. The crowd is on their feet. Everybody loves Tarson, man. And Zocke with a very, very a powerful, bold, aggressive cheese there. And looking a little bit disappointed with maybe his choice in the build there. What could he have done better? How could Zocke have gotten a better outcome there?
Well, actually, I think perhaps one force field could have been even better. That one bunker couldn't have been repaired for so long. But you actually saw that one of those bunkers stayed alive way longer than it should have done. I think that could have changed a little bit. In general, of course, I'm not a big fan of these builds. Now, probably some Terrans in Europe wonder, well, why do you do it all the time then? That's because I'm a horrible player. But no, all jokes aside, I just think that Socke doesn't necessarily need to play like this. I do think it's good to throw your occasional cheese in now and then, but do you really want to do it? I mean, sure, he's up 1-0, he can afford a game, but look at Socke's facial expression right now. That you can't say that loss didn't harm it at all. He doesn't look like a person.
Kind of takes away that momentum he had coming off that really big win on the backwater game, where he just dominated Tarson in the late game.
100% agree.
I feel like I feel like Zocke's strength is definitely his macro play, and I think it's awesome that he's willing to mix in a cheese and an aggressive build here and there, but definitely didn't pay off for him right there. And one thing that's important to consider is when you're playing this series play, it's so easy to get up a game and then say, okay, I'm going to cheese now. But that's oftentimes so choreographed, right? You're playing on Tal'Darim Altar, the macro map, you're down a set, you're going to play extra safe because this is when your opponent's going to cheese, and Socke just playing kind of right into Tarson's hand there. And Tarson barely holding, but holding nonetheless, tying up the series 1-1, and now we're going to go into Shakur's Plateau.